after 14 days of listening the trial from the beginning to the end, today is the best day. Especially during the cross, I think we had the best moment. In the very first hour of the cross, I think the defense counsel had very successfully basically completely destroyed the credibility of this witness of the government. For the audiences, we wanted to let you know, so we focused a lot yesterday afternoon, this witness 14, who was a former employee of the Soraka Media Group. Even now, the witness is their best witness to basically providing all the evidence that's supporting this count 1 charge, which is a RICO. The reason why is they spent, during the cross came out, they have spent 19 times prep with this guy. So he secretly recorded the audio, and this morning we pretty much spent the full morning listening to all those audios that he secretly recorded. So the video recording is from April to May 2021. Remember, he started working at the location in August 1st, 2020. Okay, the timing is important. The reason why is a lot of the recording we listened this morning speaks to the difficulties moving money around. Okay, particularly those monies that from investors, from GCLUBS investors. Okay, that's us, right? That's the supporters of the whistleblower movement. So they mentioned the CCP name was jumped out, okay, because of the reason why Miles Guo, Yvette Wang, and Miles and Guo, and I think William Ye was also on some of the recordings. The reason why they are so eager, and there's a time urgency emphasized on moving out of the money out of the United States. And the sole reason why is that is because the CCP is on the hunt for the investors' money. CCP, because we know how capable the CCP is. They not only control a lot of Chinese banks, their dark clouds is actually on international banks, including United States banks. This is the reason, okay? And then this witness, he is the sole owner of a company called Crane, C-R-A-N-E. Okay, so this company he created almost immediately. In the first months, he started working at the location, at the G series, at the G Enterprise, right? Locations. And in the first months, he registered, he start the process creating Crane. And Crane was serving an escrow agent role to facilitating the money transfer, because we had so much challenges and issues dealing with the bank accounts because the CCP is closing them, and they trying all the ways to sabotage ours. So that is why we're trying to disassociate any new entities that created with the Golden Spring, with Miles Guo, because CCP enemy number 1 means something, right? So this guy came into picture, and he offered to to basically he chose the name of the company, he registered the Crane company, and then he provided the escrow agent role. However, the audios that we went through, there's numerous of them. I think at least 7 or 8 of them this morning, at least. In the video, he created a lot of reasons for not moving the money, but one of the key reasons he repeatedly cited that jumps out for me this morning is due diligence. Okay, so he said, I can't move the money because he already signed an agreement with GCLUBS, right? Providing the escrow agent, basically throughput, right? The money coming from GCLUBS, he would have remitted to whatever investors want them to go, like for example, G Dollar, right? Or GTV, whatever. But then he said, no, because of a due diligence, I need this, I need that. He created a lot of a reason. Sounds like, reasonable reason, right? If you don't know the background story or the full story, you would believe this guy. Okay, yeah, this guy is a banker. He must know what he's talking about. But not necessarily. He didn't know anything, because when they crossed, he didn't know a lot of things that happened with all those companies. For example, Lexington, the other companies that in the association, he cannot say. And he didn't even know the bank statement. What are the money coming in? What are the money coming out? He has no knowledge about some of the companies. But now the motivation comes to why he actually created all those reasons, like to stall, move the money to what the investors want them to move. It clicked in the cross section. So what happened is in May 2021, he's the sole owner of the Crane. So he signed what called payment facilitation agreement with GCLUBS. In this payment facilitation agreement, he is entitled to charge 2% of management fee, of the service fee. Okay, so the entire amount that got cleared throughout the question is 97 million. So apply 2%, he actually charged GCLUB for just acting as escrow agent. It was a $2 million. Okay, so that gives me a lot of second thoughts about his motivation, right? Because in April, May, he started recording, right? And he's entering to negotiating agreement, a payment facilitation agreement. So although this is not directly confirmed by anyone, but in my mind, this guy is holding hostage of investors' money and creating all those sorts of reasons to not moving to the account that needs to be moved until this $2 million commission agreement is signed. Do you know what I'm saying?
And how much was he already making from his salary?
Oh,
From yesterday's direct, it was he was making $200,000 because he confirmed when the prosecutor questioned him. He said it was a 40% increase.
Yep.
Because eventually he got $350,000 offer as an annual salary, working basically his job is open bank accounts and facilitating moving transfer. He was using his knowledge and experience as a banker. Basically, right? So what happened after he took the $2 million from the GCLUB? GCLUB actually terminated that agreement.
correct.
Okay.
Because he breached.
Yes,
contract.
and GCLUB then basically sued him. Like it's arbitration. Okay, brought him to court and in arbitration proceeding, and saying that he breached the contract because it takes forever to transfer the money because the money is seized by the government right now.
Some of the recordings, I would assume the things were a little bit tense, just because
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
because-
Miles, one of the record we were all surprised because
Yeah.
Miles School lost it. Like he was basically yelling, right? He was really angry. But you know what? He had so many people's life to protect. Not only the money. Like any of those investors, these 2,000 members or 1,300 members, they are trusted Miles School and NFSC and GCLUBS. That's why they invest. They're not just the money, their lives. This person is actually having so many lives on his shoulder that he knew that this is going to be risky, this is going to be dangerous, and many of them are still living in a totalitarian state. Why are we doing this? So that's why I think you can tell like there's a lot of pressure.
Frustration.
A lot of frustration. If something wrong, that could be meaning thousands of people's life could be gone. Okay, but what we see from the witness 14 is he had ulterior motive throughout the way.
Yes.
He lied, he defrauded, and this is just, day and night.
Yeah. And even after breaching the agreement, the facilitating agreement with the GCLUBS, he still took that 2% of the fees, and he wired it. He testified in court. He wired it to his personal bank account, and he bought real estate with it using his wife's name and the entities that are owned by his wife. And it's just so interesting.
But you know what? Entering this non-prosecution agreement with the prosecutor forfeited all the $2.9 million that he took away. He moved from the Crane's bank account to his personal bank account. So basically, he didn't have any. But we were briefed on by a fellow fighter who stood at the end. He told us after the sidebar, there's a very important information came out. The judge was really concerned because. Remember that he
through the trial, he essentially incriminated himself on past crimes.
That's right.
That is not covered in his
the
non-prosecution
agreement. It's a state law, especially employment. I think it's a city employment. And the full day testified, so much information could be possibly used against him. So this is a concern that the judge brought out.